Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this photo of like a stage line. I think they call it a stage. I guess it was back in the hill country somewhere. You can see the picture of it somewhere in the mountains, and they've got a pretty neat campground, and this is their family campground, and it just doesn't trace. I've already removed some of the items, so I wouldn't even trace it. I would go off the original plan. He does not want it to look like a photograph, so I'm thinking this is more like what he wants. The building's going to be easy. The hardest part's going to be the stairs, but this is very easily to draw. So let's just bring in this picture, and as always, I make a duplicate of it. Control D and make a duplicate, just in case you get some point. And then with it selected is the key word. Because if you don't have it selected, everything on your sheet is going to go away. And take the crop tool, and let's just crop out the house. That's all we need. Now, let's see how big this thing is. It's 16 inches, so let's set our nudge factor on 18 inches. And this is basically straight lines and pretty easy, and you know, the darkness of the shadow, you know, is irrelative. So let's just start drawing lines. This is a manual trace, and because it's straight lines, it's ultra easy, I think. But if you just go there, 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 and then I would go ahead and nudge those out of the way, and then go to the edge of that building, maybe go up to the building, maybe down the roof line, cross the roof line, and nudge that over, and then get your other part of your building. We probably don't really have to do this, but we can. The only problem with nudging is you don't know, you forget what you've nudged. I'm going to act like those, whatever those objects are, not there. And you see we've already kind of got the building. And it's perspectively pretty good. That looks terrible. Tell you what, let me back up a little bit. And there's our roof line. So maybe we shouldn't have done the roof line because it's going to be separate. So let's just take the delete key and delete that. And you can draw buildings pretty easily. So now let's take the other part. Let's don't worry about the end cap right now or the end of the building. Let's go there. We'll go past the building up and then back over. And now let's nudge that over the way. Well, I didn't draw the bottom of the building. So far, I've just got the roof. Let me change my pen to a yellow. So I'm going to double click on it, graphic. I'm going to make it yellow, so hopefully you can see it. And right now, I don't care about if it's CMYK or, and we'll make it 2 points so we can see it better. Now let's zoom in here. I don't know how the stairs got to be yellow. That's pretty cool. I must have had them selected. And let's back off just a little bit. Grab our pen tool. Take our 2-point line, and let's forget about the ground right now. And let's just get the building. Now let's nudge that out of the way. And we'll go ahead and get the side of the building. We won't include the roof this time. And just nudge that out of the way. Now if we look at it, I still don't have the front of the building. That's a little irritating. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we should have it. Matter of fact, so it kind of looks funky because, whoop, don't ever want to do that with the virtual segment delete key. Now we can just take our shape tool and just join those lines up. And don't worry about that we got double line. We don't really need this one anymore, so we'll just get rid of this line. And you can make a overhang. Let's make them all black now. I'm going to left click or right click black. Probably need to take that, whoop, Now, if you do that, back it up, because you want that building right where it belongs. And let's select it all and make it black. Now, it's going to kind of look funny because we don't have the other part of the building in there yet. And it might look a little bit offset. But when we, like we can do things like this to put an eave on it, like an overhead of the roof, and then delete this line beyond there. And then that way it's kind of overhung. Tell you what, for right now, I'm going to make them all a hairline by double clicking on this, double clicking on this, and I'm going to make it all a hairline to make it all easier to draw. Then just start drawing the main building. Like I said earlier, the stairs are going to be the hardest part. And just, make this roof. And all I'm doing is letting go of the mouth and then retouching the mouth to complete that roof. And there's our roof. I'd go ahead and do the whole building. And, this is going down kind of like a hill. And then move that over. And then get the side of the building. And if I'm not talking, you can really do this quite quickly. And I just want to show him a couple of key factors. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it all black again. So I'm just going to select it all and right-click black. Now we need to make kind of the roof fit, so we can take the nudge tool or the shape tool and just put that roof on top of that roof. And you got to think about the perspective. So we'll, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's put that node on top of that node and that node on top of that node. And don't really worry right now about double nodes or anything. That doesn't look half bad. It looks strange because this is going down the hill. Now, this building is kind of hard to tell, but it's got like a tin roof and it's got maybe even a metal roof, but we're going to make that siding. But we need to also go ahead and put in that other part of the building that is like the basement or whatever. Move that over, make it black. And then you could color that in. And for right now, to make the building look better, I'm going to take away that ground slope. It just looks so funny. And the real reason I decided to do the video is I'm going to show you a couple good little tricks. You need to make sure these nodes are on top of each other. Don't worry about right now that the lines don't really match up or overhanging. So now we can take our Smart Fill tool. Say I've got a leak, but it's not a bad leak. It's just, there's a leak right there. Just make sure that line is to there. And now let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. Now I'm just going to nudge it over, and I'm going to left click, right click. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to nudge it over, and I'm going to left click, right click. This one here will be much easier. I can't really tell what's on that side of the barn, but we'll take a line, make it at least, something other than a hairline. Let's go ahead and make it black. Tell you what, let me go ahead and change my pen tool, black to black. So with nothing touching, nothing selected, we're going to change this back to black. Now when I draw a line, it'll be black. I might have to run this into 2 videos and maybe show how to draw the stairs. So there's one board. Here's another board. Select it. It's already selected. Select this one and go up to nudge or go up to blend, which is under your effects, and blend. Okay, whenever you see something like that, you can look at it with the shape tool. That arrow is going down. That arrow is going down, so I must have selected the building. So select that one, and you can see it's a curve on layer 1. And try to select that one and apply. There we have boards, and you can have more or less or whatever. This part's going to be the hardest part. And what I'm going to probably do is actually nudge it out of the way more. And I'm going to draw lines. And I'm hoping this is what the gentleman was wanting. I'm going to draw a line that's quite a bit larger than the building to take in the E part. And then I'm going to move that line more into the building like that. Make them kind of equal. Grab that line, hold down the shift key, grab that one. Let's make this one 20 steps. Now that could be a problem. If you look, the arrow's going up and this is going down, so right click and reverse the subpath. I drew one going up and one going down. So grab that one, hold down the shift, select it, and hit apply. There's our boards on that one. Then just take the virtual segment delete key. Now we will have to, it's a blend, so we got to go to object and break blend apart. Go ahead and go to object and ungroup. And then take your virtual segment delete key, just swipe through that, and you've got your edge of the building. As long as you didn't use anything that was a hairline, you'll be good to go. Now you could do the same thing on the roof. You could shade in these colors of the bottom of the, it's like a facade, and then right click and put an outline on this. So it does show up better. And then just do the same. I can't really tell by the picture. It's his family camp. He will know more what the roof looks like. If the roof isn't anything special, just fill it in with a color. Make sure you right click to have it an outline. You could do the same kind of boardage on the other one and take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line right there. And you've got to start. Now, if you'll stay tuned to part 2, that's really yellow in the picture. I'm going to make the stairs, hopefully. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.